All right, YouTube, what's up? I got my man Cornbread on the camera back there. We're going to talk to you guys today about a workout that I came up with about 2 years ago called the Combat Standards Test. I've seen a bunch of you guys doing it online, and I want to go through the movements so that we can standardize the actual movements that make up the test. That way we're all doing it the same, holding ourselves to the same standard. Why did I come up with the Combat Standards Test? Well, essentially, my favorite training block in the SEAL teams was land warfare. And a lot of people don't understand how much fitness it takes to be part of a SEAL platoon, all right? Everybody hears about how difficult training is. Everyone hears about how hard BUDS is, but you know, nobody really gets to see inside the level of fitness that it takes once you get to a SEAL platoon, all right? And so this workout essentially replicates a half day of training during a land warfare block in a SEAL platoon, all right? And the cool thing about this, the cool thing to think about is there are guys that are active duty right now that are going through these training blocks with their platoon in their freaking 50s, man. They've been doing the job for 20-something years. And so I got the utmost respect for everybody that's out there getting after it right now in the military. Thank you, guys. I want to dedicate this workout from this point forward to my Sea Daddy that mentored me while I was in the SEAL teams. His name was Daniel Jake Hubman, all right? His nickname was Bam Bam. Jake took me under his wing when I first got to SEAL Team 8, and he helped develop me into the man that I am today. He was patient with me. He freaking punished me when I needed to be punished, but he also built me up and taught me the things that I needed to know to just freaking stay alive, man. Even just in training, it's very, very dangerous. So I'm going to talk about each movement. We're going to dedicate this workout from this point forward to Jake, and I'm going to talk about each movement and kind of the philosophy behind the movement. So the Combat Standards Test is 25 front squats. That's what we start with, and then we're going to move on to either a 100-calorie assault bike or a 1.5 mile run. Then we've got 100 burpee pull-ups, and then we have another 100-calorie assault bike or 1.5 mile run. That's the test in total, but I want to go over each aspect of it. So the front squats, why did I put the front squats in this? I said we're replicating a day of training in land warfare. The front squats are meant to replicate loading the Humvees or loading the gear that you need to train into the trucks every morning, right? So in land warfare, we're loading up the trucks in the morning, getting ready to go out and train. You're lifting heavy weapons up into the turrets of these Humvees, everything from mod deuces, 50 cal mod deuce to 240s. You're lifting heavy ammo cans up into the trucks. You're loading up everything that you need to go out to the range that day and train for a full day, all right? So that's what the front squats replicate, loading the Humvees. All of the front squats during the Combat Standards Test are going to come from the ground, okay? They're not coming from the rack, they're coming from the ground, which means when you power clean this bar, 135 pounds, if you can't do those 25 front squats unbroken, you're going to drop it to the ground and you're going to have to power clean it again to start your reps again, all right? Your first rep, when you clean this, you can do a squat clean, and when you stand up, that can be your first rep, all right? So we can start here, power clean, squat clean. There's our first rep, all right? If at any point we have to stop, we're dropping this thing to the ground and resetting. It's very, very smart to get strong enough to knock these front squats out all in one set so you're not having to clean that bar over and over again. Again, 135 pounds is the standard. If you can't freaking front squat 135 pounds, you need to get stronger, all right? After that, we're moving to our patrol in. This is kind of our cardio portion. So once you get out to the range and training, you're getting out of the Humvees, and you're starting your patrol, all right? I give you guys the option to do an assault bike, 100 calories on the assault bike, or an echo bike, or a 1.5 mile run. I gave you guys that option because some people don't have maybe the space to run, maybe they're dealing with some sort of injury or something like that, so I wanted to give another option. I personally prefer the run, but either one of these movements is going to hit the standard. The run's going to take you a little bit longer, more than likely, than 100 calories on the assault bike. They're both equally difficult, all right? The run's just going to take you a little bit longer. So that's our patrol in, a 1.5 mile run or 100 calories on the assault bike. Once we get back into the gym, after that patrol, we're going to start the portion of the workout that replicates the firefight, all right? When you're on patrol, basically land warfare is a series of patrol to contact drills. When you take contact, you immediately respond to that contact by doing a movement technique, individual movement technique, which is essentially a series of up, downs, and sprints, all right? And you're either bounding back away from the contact, or you're moving forward or flanking to push through that contact. So this is going to replicate a firefight, a simulated firefight in a land warfare scenario. The standards for the burpee pull-ups. All right, guys, so we're going all the way down to the ground. Chest touches the ground. We're pushing up. Now, here's the part everybody gets screwed up. When you jump, when you come out of your burpee and jump into your pull-up, we're not doing a jumping pull-up. When you jump out of your burpee, I want you to jump into a dead hang, all right, and do your pull-up. You can kip on your pull-up. No freaking stupid CrossFit butterfly pull-ups and none of this crap. No jumping out of the burpee into a jumping pull-up. It's jumping out of the burpee into a dead hang, doing your pull-up, chin over the bar, dropping down, doing your next burpee, and then your next pull-up. 100 of those. 100 of those. After that, that's your firefight. We just go into the patrol out, which is headed back to the Humvees, headed back to the trucks to reset. The patrol out is going to be another 1.5 mile run or 100 calorie assault bike, okay? So that's the combat standards test. The caveat to this, if you want to hit the standard, it has to be done with a 20-pound vest on, all right? 20-pound vest on, that is the standard. If you can't do this with a 20-pound vest on, you need to freaking get stronger because you can't hit the standard, all right? You can modify all these if you want to. Any of these movements, if you modify them, it's all good, but you're not meeting the standard if you modify them, okay? So if you guys do this PT at your home gym, if you do it individually, I would love to see you guys post your results. The time cap for this is 1 hour. 1 hour is the time cap. So I'd love to see you post your results. If you do the workout and you're posting it on online somewhere, just give us a hashtag combat standards test and tag 307 project in the post so I can see what you guys get and we can follow your journey. And I think the hour time cap is about right. You're going to have to work hard to get that. So again, this is the standards, combat standard test, meant to replicate a half day's work in a land warfare training block. And we're going to dedicate this workout from this point forward to my Sea Daddy, Daniel Jake Hubman. And if you guys want to hear more about me and Jake and our relationship, there is a video on this YouTube channel where I sit down and I talk in depth about who Jake was and what he did for me. I'll attach it in the description of this episode. So I hope that clears some things up, guys. I love y'all. Enough said.